have a moment. And this very second, I know you feel the beat. Do you feel the rhythm all the way?
Yo, what's up? So, I originally did this video a long time ago. I want to say it was on my old phone. Okay, and I didn't post it because I didn't want any problems. Okay, but now I'm bringing all the fucking problems because motherfuckers want to mess with me and fuck with me, and you know they just can't get over the fact that no matter what they do is not going to do anything to me. You know what I mean? Like I didn't want any problems because this was an ex-boyfriend of mine, but I have to speak on it because somebody out there might be going through the same motherfucking thing. And last night it came to me. And I was like, yeah, totally. So I'm being led to talk about it in hopes that this helps somebody, anybody, okay? Don't let anybody tell you how you feel about a certain somebody, okay? I am a lot better, by the way. Hello. I haven't even told y'all anything about me, but I'm pretty sure I look more put together, or maybe not. I don't know. But, okay. So, this was originally my episode 1. I can't find it, okay? I'm not going to dig all up through my phone and look for it because I already know what I said. And now it's confirmed, so I won't be I won't be intimidated, or I won't feel like I'm starting shit. But I actually knew this the whole time, but I was questioning myself, which I shouldn't. I cannot let any more of you motherfuckers call me a liar. Like I said, I'm here alone. I'm standing here by myself as always. Everybody's calling me a liar. But that's okay. I'm getting my redemption. What happens in the dark always comes to light. Remember that. I've been saying that. Don't believe the hype. I kept saying that, but nobody listened to me. Yeah. Okay, so my this is going to be the last one for a very long time, but this was supposed to be number 1 episode, but I didn't want any drama, but bring it. I'm bringing it to your front door, bitch. Okay. Okay, so my whole adult life. Okay, when I was like 20, early 20s, okay, no, let me go back. Let me go back to when I first met this guy, and I'm going to call him by his name. No, I'm not. Am I? We'll just call him J, okay? JR. Those are his initials, okay? All right, so, and I'm going to explain it. This is my version. If you ask him, he's probably going to say something totally different because he's delusional, and so is his bitch. So this is just what I went through and what I remember, okay? So picture this. It's 1994, 1995, something like that. Like, it was in the mid-90s, okay? And I had him for science class, okay? And I specifically remember I went up to him. I don't know. I just felt it. Like, I was feeling myself. I was a really shy person. I'm still a very shy person. Like, I can talk all this shit, but when it comes to love, I'm like, very timid, you know? And I don't have very much experience in relationships. I really don't. And so I remember I went and we had science class together, and he wasn't like a bad looking guy, you know, and I felt like we were vibing, you know. I'm pretty sure he had a girlfriend or something, but I just went up to him one day. And I was like, you know what? I like you. I've only been that forward with 2 people, okay? And he was one of them, okay? And the other one was just recently, like very recently. And so I just felt like a connection with him, even though I didn't really know him, but I could like tell like he was, or I thought he was a good person. So I went up to him. I remember I was in science class, and he remembers because nobody ever went up to him like that and said, hey, I like you, you know? And so I just went up to him and I told him, okay, he had some fucking little fat bitch that didn't, and I'm calling her fat because I used to be fat, so I'm allowed to call her fat, okay? And that's what the fuck she was, because when I was with him, she called me nothing but fat. So this is me regurgitating that, okay? So anyways, so nothing happened. I just told him and that was it. It just kind of stayed like that, and I was no big deal. Okay, so I went on with my life, and then when we were adults, I was working somewhere where his best friend worked, which was weird. I didn't know his best friend, and we went to the same school, but I never knew who the fuck he was. But anyways, so he told him, no, okay, we ran into each other in the elevator, me and this JR guy, okay, and we just like kind of like made eye contact, and it was like, oh shit, you're here. Well, look what the dogs dragged in. So I just looked at him, kept on moving because I was at work, you know, nobody's gonna stop me from working, okay. So then my friend, so months passed by, and my friend tells me, my coworker, he's like, hey, yo, JR wants to talk to you, you know, if you want to talk to him or whatever. And I was like, oh, here, because I didn't know if he remembered me, okay. I didn't know if he remembered me. It had been many years since the 7th grade. We lost contact, you know, so I didn't stay talking to him, you know. But the important part that I forgot to tell you was he was in prison. So he was in prison and he wanted to holler at me now. I'm like, okay, sure, yes. That was right after my divorce. I had just divorced. My husband left me. Well, no, we weren't divorced yet. We were like hood divorced. Like we weren't living together, you know, but we were still married. We were still legally married. So we didn't divorce until I adopted my son because I didn't want him to have any because if you're still married and you adopt, then your husband will have rights. I'm like, don't worry, he ain't gonna come around. But let me go ahead and divorce him. I'm like, trust me, there will be no problems with that. But no, I did divorce him. So we were actually technically married legally like 11 years or 12 years, something like that. I don't know. So anyways, so it was right after the separation. I'll call it separation. So we were together, and what do you call it? I wrote to him for like 2 months because he was about to get out of prison. I'm laughing. I'm not laughing because he's in prison. Like, it just sounds so dumb. Like, I would never do that now. Like, I would never do that. Like, I think did I send him money? I probably fucking did. I don't remember. So anyways, he gets out. I meet him that day, and I remember he fucking calls me fat. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Like, why didn't I just fucking run then? Like, what the fuck? I can laugh now, and honestly, at the time, I was just like, rude. Like, and I didn't even care because I knew I was still the shit. Because I don't care how big I was or how much I've lost weight or anything like that. I've always been to pull whatever the fuck I want, okay? So, I've never had an issue with that. So, anytime anybody called me fat, it didn't bother me, you know? So, I know it bothers people that call me fat. That's why I call them fat. Because when you call somebody names, it's like insecurities that you have about yourself. So that's why earlier I called the bitch fat, because she hasn't fat, and he said I look different. I guess he was picturing like a 7th grade version of me. I don't know what he was picturing. Fucking say nothing, right? So okay, so that happened, and then I guess we're officially together. I don't remember how that happened because it's all a blur back then. But all I got was nothing but bad stuff, okay? I started drinking, I started partying, like I got picked up all of my vices, like, with this one person. Like, everything. Like, I didn't know, like, I was married very young, so I didn't even drink. Like, all I did was work, you know, I was very innocent when my husband left me. And when I got married, like, I took my vows seriously, okay? I think that's why it took me a long time to divorce. I didn't want him back because he did try to come back, and I'm not the type to be back and forth with people. I don't like that. I don't like that. Like, if I'm not good enough for you to just choose me once and then that's it, then I'm not interested, okay? I just always have known my worth like that. Even though I might not have shown it with my actions, but I've always known like the right person who isn't like fogged with blockages and whatnot is gonna choose me the way I choose them, unconditionally. Okay, so but I stayed with him, okay, and he tried so hard to impregnate me, and he couldn't. And okay, so after that, I figured that was what it was, you know, like maybe I just can't, you know, but no, it was because this motherfucker was sleeping around with everybody, impregnating everybody else, you know. Maybe I wasn't as fertile as other bitches, but it was constant. So he ends up cheating on me, right? Of course, I mean, he cheated on me with a lot of people. Like, he literally impregnated people. Like 2 or 3 people. 2 or 3 people. He was sleeping with that girl down the street, the one that was calling me a fat bitch. Yeah, he was sleeping with her. That's why she was hating. He was sleeping with her best friend, the one he impregnated, who she had a baby with him and everything. And he looks... I like her. I never had a problem with her. And that girl, that best friend, dated my ex-husband. So it was like a weird triangle. She didn't like me. I never had anything wrong. I never had a problem with her, just that she had a problem with me. She had a problem with my daughter going to see her dad. You know what I mean? So, I didn't have a problem with her. Okay, I mean, yeah, I was maybe hurt, so down low to replace me. Like, you said you didn't want responsibilities and you didn't want to be a husband, but you're gonna go with some bitch with how many notches? Excuse me, like, come on. Like, I was a bit salty about that. I was, okay? I'm gonna admit it. I was salty about that. Anyways, so moving on. So, so he finds this lady, finds this sucker, my ex, JR, and she's already married. Her husband's living in her house, and this man was very possessive over me because he was over here sticking his dick in everything that would fucking accept it. So he always thought I was cheating on him, and I was never cheating on him. I was at work. Like, come on, okay? And I had my own apartment, and he had his own house, but I had to stay at his house. Like, like what the fuck? And there I am, like a dumbass. My daughter would stay there and everything. That's one thing I will say. He was really good with my daughter. He never gave her no bullshit. You know, he helped me. He used to drive her to school and everything. Like, because he didn't work. He worked off and on, okay? But while I was at work, he would take my daughter to school. Like, he really stepped up, you know, and helped me at that time, you know. So we'll say that about him. His family, loved his family. I loved his family. His family was always cool. If I ever see them, I'll say hi. I haven't run into them or anything like that. And there's this one incident that I don't know if his mom remembers, but he used to have these BFs, like these bitch fits. Like, he was so angry that I didn't know. Like, I was trying to help him. Like, I was trying to help him figure out what his anger was, because he needed to stop drinking, and he needed to he needed a lot of work, okay? And you know, I thought I could fix him. Yeah, I'm just trying to fix everybody but myself. So then there's this one incident where he was just having this BF, okay? And it was me and him in our car, and or his car. It was me and him in his car, and he was like raging drunk, like he was so drunk, and he was yelling at me. I don't even know why he was yelling at me. I think he had just come from that bitch's house, and she, later on I figure out she does witchcraft. All of them do. So he was yelling and screaming or whatever, and his mom comes outside, and she comes like, Dad, like, let her get off. And he was just being like, I was just looking at him like, what is wrong with you? I'm just always just the mellow, cool person, you know. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And then, I don't know, he gets over it, right? So then whenever he calms down, I tell him, you know, like, he's apologizing to me when he's sober. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened to me. I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I can laugh about it now. And, he's apologizing to me. I'm like, okay, so did you apologize to your mom? And he's like, no, I've never apologized to her. And I was like, well, maybe you should, because you're a fucking asshole to her. And you don't know how much longer your mama's gonna be here, and you need to love your mama no matter what. And he went and he apologized, and he said he never apologized to his mama ever in his life. And I'm like, you give your mom a lot, okay? You give your mom a lot of shit, and your mom just does nothing but help you out, and you don't even appreciate it. So he went and he apologized to his mom. I think they even cried too. So he came out, he's like, wow, like I never did that before. And I'm like, because I'm different. So anyways, so that happened. So here we are, happy. That's why I'm like, really, people? Like, y'all really think I'm gonna go back to that? Like, I have more sense than that. I'm not desperate. I'm not. I know what I want, okay? Anyways, okay. So, it was a rough breakup, okay? Not from me. It was from him. He's the one that kept coming to my sister's house. My sister used to live down the street from him. I used to live across town, okay? And he would go and cry, throw shit at the window, scream for me, because I didn't run after him. Like, when he cheated on me and he chose her, because I guess she made him make a decision and she swindled him with all of these promises and, money. And at that time, I didn't have money. Well, I mean, I did. I mean, I wasn't fucking poor, Anyways, so she like bamboozled him and he fucking fell for it like a dumbass, I honestly think like he was supposed to be my person, but he didn't. Like no, I don't think he was my person, because there's no way he was my person. No, because there was never, I think it was more like, I don't know what the fuck it was. Maybe it was a life lesson. I don't know what it was. I don't know. Maybe he was like, oh, okay. So he was definitely a life lesson. But, okay. So anyways, this is kind of long, but I want to get everything in here because I want to paint the timeline, okay? Okay, so then he chose her, whatever. I never went to go pursue him. He wrecked my car. He fucked up my car and he broke it. So I waited for him. I still kind of like lingered around, and then I ended up being the other one. Because I was like, you know what, motherfucker, you used me, so now I'm gonna use you. So yeah, I was still, with him, while he was with her. But to me, in my mind, I thought it was right, because I was, he was taken from me, which I didn't know at the time was like a blessing. You know what I mean? So anyways, but he would still come around because he felt really bad with how he just left me just like that, and there was some abuse there too, some threats and whatnot, so it was hard. It was hard. None of my friends liked him. He was very possessive. He was very mean. Like, I couldn't even talk when I was around him. I don't know why the fuck I was with him, to be honest with you. I think it was just to have somebody, and I was just, rejected by my husband. Like, he didn't want me anymore. He wanted to go spread his wings, which was fine. We were very young. We were just doing what we thought we were supposed to do, which was get married, because, our baby. And, but, we tried it, we were only, like, married for 2 years. And then, that was it. And then I was single, and then this fool came along. And then that bitch came along and did me the favor and took him away from me. She did me the favor and took him. And then, but the thing with her is she always thought, I don't know if it's because maybe he really did care about me, because he did give me, like, he gave me, like, money to buy another car. He really did. So he did do his due diligence, he did do, and that's why I always respected him, because I was in a shit position when he fucking left me and fucked up my car and everything. and he did the right thing because he knew he had already screwed me over, and I didn't even do anything to him but love him, you know, and he did do that. That's why I know he is a good person deep down inside. He was just clouded with you know, that pussy. So so that last time when I said, okay, I need to get out of this position, I'm over it, you know, I want to go and explore and live, because he was still very controlling that long, you know. I just waited till he gave me the money so I can get another car, and that was it. But I wasn't supposed to take that money, because do you know what ended up happening? What ended up happening with that car? He cursed the car. Like, I almost died in that car. Like, I totaled the car. Wait, no. That's not the car I got with that. Okay, so the car that we had together, I totaled it. But it was because of some bullshit. I had 3 car accidents. After I broke up with him, I swear somebody was trying to kill me. Because I had 3 accidents. 6 apart. And none of these accidents were my fault. And it was right after I just broke up with him and I didn't want to be with him. And I decided that's it, you know. When I wrecked that last time, my last accident was bad. Excuse me. It was really bad. Like, the car was an accordion, and it was weird because I feel like there was like angels in the car, because I could feel myself like falling asleep, but I was almost home, and I was like, no, I didn't want to stop. I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep on going because I just wanted to go lay in my bed, you know. Big mistake. I should just fucking pulled over, put my ass to sleep right there, and just come to, you know, the next or whenever a fucking cop comes with me. That's what I should have did. I don't know why I didn't do that. And so, no, I stayed in the car and I was like, I'm almost there. I'm like 2 exits away. I'll be fine. No, this bitch fucking knocked the fuck out at the driver's driving, you know, and I was by myself. But when I felt myself like falling asleep, like I was like falling asleep, I was on the phone with my friend Jessie, and she was like, stay awake. What is it like? And I was like, can you please like talk to me, because I really want to thank Jessie for keeping me awake that long. I don't think I ever thanked her for that. And then I dropped the phone, fell like out of, like, it just went and then it like flew like somewhere. I don't know where the fuck it went. It was like a flip phone. And so when I was like, then I was like, fuck, I couldn't reach it because I was that guy. I didn't want to stop. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me. So then I fucking, oh my god, I'm just getting a vision. Okay. So then I felt like all the windows were up, and you know when you're on the highway and you're driving on the highway and the windows are down and you're like, your hair's like going it's like flying all over the place. Okay, well, all the windows were up, but when I was falling asleep, like, this gust of wind like was trying to keep me awake, and it felt like there was somebody in the back seat. Okay, and I'm just now telling people this because I used to wonder what the purpose of my life was, you know. I used to always say, why wasn't I just fucking killed that day, you know? Obviously somebody didn't want me here, you know. Obviously I was in the way. And so and I would say that, you know, every time I would pray, like, why am I still here? Like, I'm not even doing anything. Like, I'm just here, like, suffering, you know, so much. And so whatever it was too powerful, and I ended up, check this out, I flew off 410, I was going west, okay, 410 by Ingram. I flew off the highway, and this is in a Ford Taurus, okay. I flew off the highway, and I crashed into a silver Dodge Ram. And it was some people that were from out of town. And my car was an accordion. The airbags came out and everything. And I reached over and I picked up my phone and I called my sister who was at her friend's because I had just left somewhere and I didn't even drink that night because I was trying to be responsible. And so they came like, I don't know, like I don't know if I just called her and then I just passed out, and then somebody in a Denny's uniform, he's like, "Man, you need to get out of the car, it's finna blow up." And I was like, "Whoa, what?" I'm like, "Hold on." And so I got out of the car and it's very foggy. I don't remember what happened. I didn't go to the doctor or anything. But I would have to ask my sister what the fuck happened because I don't know what happened because she came and picked me up and they let her take me home. Like they didn't even arrest me or anything. I didn't have a driver's license either at that time. No, I did have a driver's license. My ex had actually helped me get my driver's license. Because I never had my license. I used to drive dirty all the time. And so, anyways, so then that happened. Okay, so when I went back, because I had jewelry in the car, because I was in between homes, I had lost my apartment. I lost everything, like my apartment at the time. And then, I was staying with my mom. I had everything in my car. Like, I was like a homeless person. Like, it was like a curse. Like, people, like, it was a curse. Okay? Like, somebody had me cursed. And I didn't see it then, but now I see it clearly now. Clearly, I see what the fuck this bitch was doing. The one that took this gentleman away from me, which was a blessing, okay? I never looked back, but this bitch always thought that I was gonna go and take him back just because she knew that he loved me, you know? And, but the feelings weren't mutual. Once I left and I got my money for the car, that was it. I was gone. I never looked back. And I think he knows I used him, and I don't care because he used me. I had to do what I had to do. I was a single mother, you know? And he fucked me over. Why the fuck can't I do that back to you? Like, you know? And you know what? No, you know what? After that accident, because, okay, I totaled the car. Is that why he helped me? Oh my God. Because I was like, wow, what a nice gentleman. Wow, that's fucked up. This guy has been a pain in my ass my whole childhood to fucking now. Oh my God. This is going to be kind of long because I just want to get it all out of there, okay? Because I'm like, why is he helping me get a car? We're not even together anymore. Wow. And I had 3 accidents. I had this first one 6 months apart, and then 6 months apart, and then 6 months apart. Wow. And I was wondering, I'm like, why is he helping me with a car? And he was so scared when I told, because I was still talking, still lingering around. And he was like so scared that he did that. Like he was like, oh my God. Wow. That's fucked up. JR, that is fucked up. That you didn't want me. Like I'm talking directly to you if you're watching. You didn't want me. You wanted to have your dick in every other fucking bitch on fucking 78227. That's what you wanted. And I allowed you. I mean, not like you're my property or anything, but I allowed you to do that. I let you. Like, what is it? What is it? What is with you and her that y'all just can't fucking leave me alone? Like, y'all did that. Like, you were gonna leave my daughter without a mom? Wow. I'm sorry, I'm just like realizing. Because we weren't even together when I wrecked the car. I don't even know what to say. And he gave me like a couple $1,000 so I could go just buy like a cash car. And that car, I had it for years. It was a Sable, a Mercury Sable. Wow, now it's coming. So he felt guilty. So he felt like he had to make it right by buying me a car. And then after that, I bounced. Like I waited for him to get that money, and I was like, okay, I think we one more time, and then that was it. And that last time, it was different. And he's gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. It was different. And I never talked to him after that. I can be heartless too. So anyways, so that happened. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just let bygones be bygones. And I'm done. I'm done talking about him, with him, whatever. No. Little did I know so like 12 years go by. Like 10, no, I'll say 10 years. Like 10 years, I don't know, because I don't really care. It doesn't even matter. A lot of years go by, okay? He's still with her. He marries her, whatever. Okay. I'm not even looking that way. I'm not, okay? But that last night, one of the last nights where he would, because he used to come to my house in her car, okay? He had 2 phones, one for me and one for her. He was so belligerent drunk, because he just had to know what I was doing. Even though we weren't together, like, he just had to know what the fuck I was doing. He had to keep tabs of me, okay? And I allowed it, you know? So he left her phone under my couch. Like, it just dropped and he didn't know. So the next day when I was cleaning, which was I think it was a Sunday, I found it and it was dead. So what did I do? I was like, because I was still hurt, you know, because I was like, God, this fucking bitch, like, she just came out of nowhere and just took my man, you know. But little did I know it was a blessing, okay? It was a blessing. So, I charged it up. I looked up the number and I got my house phone. And I just left it off, right? I just wanted to get the number and I turned it off so it'll go directly to voicemail, okay? Because I knew she was going to be looking for his phone because he left it somewhere, right? So, me being a woman, that was me telling her, look, your man's still over here. He still be checking up on this. So I called and I said, hi. Hey, baby. What are you doing? I just want to make sure you got home okay. Okay. All right. I love you. Bye. And I was like, bleh. Okay, this is before social media. Okay, this is before social media. So this bitch had no way to find me because I moved out of that apartment. He wasn't going to tell her where I live because he used to low-key protect me all the time, okay? And he wasn't going to let her... Oh, I don't think he was. I mean, that's what I thought, you know, that he would protect me. Well, so 2-3 years pass, okay? And then MySpace becomes a thing. Okay. This bitch hung on to that fucking voicemail. I'm already done. I'm like over this dude. Like, I'm not even thinking about him. I'm not even fucking thinking about him. I'm not thinking anything about him. Like, he was the past, and I saw they had, you know, everybody in the neighborhood talks about them, makes fun of them because they're the fighting couple because she don't back down. And me, when we would fight, nobody knew what we fought. You know, nobody knew we had, and we weren't fighting like them, like throwing punches at each other. He was the one like yelling at me, and he was being an asshole to me, and I would just, you know, but it was between us. Like, we weren't like fighting, or except, well, only his mom. His mom was the only one that would see us fight. But he wouldn't fight like that, like in front of his sister. Well, not with me, you know. I really liked his family. His family's cool. Never had any problems with them. And so, so homegirl held on to that voicemail for 3 fucking years. And the day I created my fucking MySpace account, who slides into my DMs? This fucking bitch. Talking about the voicemail. And I'm like, Roxy, my sister, I'm like, Roxy, check this bitch out. And we got like the best fucking laugh because it was fucking hilarious. Hilarious. Like, I got under her skin for that one voice. Oh my gosh, that was fucking, yeah. So there I go, messaging back, you know, just fucking with her, just saying whatever, and she's over here punching air, like, and we were just laughing the whole time, and she was just like looking at my pictures, and okay, so whatever. That happened. We had like MySpace beef and whatever. It went away. Okay. Because she just was so obsessed with me. She was so obsessed with me. Like she just would check on my MySpace anytime I put like, "Oh, I'm so misunderstood." Because I've always said that. I've always been misunderstood. People always think wrong of me. They think bad of me. But it's just a misunderstanding because I just come off different, you know? And so I've always said that. So I put that as, you know, on your header on MySpace, you could put like, it was kind of like a Twitter thing or whatever. You could put like a quick status or whatever, but it was like a header. I don't know. Anyways, so I put that. I'm misunderstood. I can't even remember what the fucking problem was that day, but I just put it, okay? She slides into my DM and she's like, keep your head up, girl. Like, hyping me up and shit. And I was like, oh, cool, you know? Because I cannot stay mad at anybody, okay? I can't even stay mad at this bitch because it's enough already, okay? I don't want your husband. I don't want him. I have something, like, way better. But you tried. But I don't want your situation. I've never wanted your situation. You took my burden off of me, and I'll be forever thankful for that. So there's really no hard feelings. Even till this day, even though you're trying all this stuff, y'all are doing all this stuff to me, it's cool. It's fine, you know. Even though you won't apologize, you won't be a woman and tell me and apologize to me. It's cool. It's fine. I still accept your apology because deep down inside, you have to be sorry because that's too much time to be wasting on somebody that doesn't even think about you. Like, that's seriously, like, I never think about y'all. I never looked back. Never. And during this last relationship, this fucking relationship I just had, okay, it was me and that the wife, we let bygones be bygones and we became friends. Okay. It was awkward, yeah. But I was happy that he was happy, you know, because that's all you want is for people to find love and happiness, because that's our purpose in life, you know, is to find our partner and to thrive, you know. So all I ever wanted was for him to be happy. If it wasn't for me, then it's with her, then that's fine. I was over it. I had been over it, okay? Little did I know she just became friends with me just to keep an eye on me because she thought I still wanted him. I didn't want him. I got what the fuck I needed and I got the fuck out. And that was it, you know? And, but she was friends to my face. But my ex that I was with, I thought it was a coincidence, okay? They were friends. Okay, my ex, Chris, was friends with her when we got together. Me and Chris, okay? And Chris used to go hang out with him. Me, just not even thinking anything of it. Me just going along and, you know, ignoring the red flags, okay? It turns out that the wife sent Chris my way to keep me occupied and busy, so I wouldn't go try and take her husband back. Because the whole 9 years, every argument was about JR. And I used to tell my ex, like, what the fuck? Like, you are the one that brings this. Oh, and we lived down the street from them. I forgot to mention that. Before we got this house, we used to live down the street from them for 5 years. And when we passed by the house, I would just look down. I wouldn't even look because my ex would think I was looking for him. So I would just look down at my phone or just be like this, you know, because if God forbid I like, you know, oh my God, I'm looking for him. Whatever. It's, you know, like, it's frustrating because people see me as this weak individual still. Okay. Yes, I'm emotional, but that doesn't mean that I'm weak. it doesn't mean that I'm weak. It means that I'm strong. So, anyways, 9 years of arguing with this one, and she was just always bringing him up. I was like, what the fuck is your heart on with him? You're the one that keeps bringing him up, not me. I don't care about him. I don't. And it's annoying. Because this man has been a pain in my ass my whole life. And now I'm seeing what he's about. And it's sad because while y'all were putting all of this energy on me, I don't even think about y'all. I don't. And all that shit y'all were doing is going to come back to you and your family. Like, you really shouldn't mess with stuff that you don't know about, you know? And, like, these people were really trying to take my life. This wasn't the only group of people. There were others. Jeez, like, you just start talking positive and start talking, like, good vibe, high vibings, and people just lose their shit, okay? Be cautious of that. If you're going to speak highly and no longer going to be negative anymore, and it's a choice. Like, you choose your destiny, okay? You choose your path, and I choose happiness. I don't want to be, I can't even begin to tell you, like, all the stuff that's happened, but I'm glad it's out, okay? All these rumors or lies about me spread by people who can't have me and people that cannot compete. I made that up at the beginning. Because I was like, wow, like, apparently a lot of people didn't like me that went to school with me. Because they just jumped on this wagon and just believed my ex, believed that ex, and these other people. Like, it's a small neighborhood, and I used to love this neighborhood. Like, I was never, like, I bought my house in this neighborhood. I grew up here. Like, I want nothing but good things from this neighborhood. And now I'm like, do I really want good things for this neighborhood when everybody just fucking turned their back on me? That has been my goal in life, is to plant my little nest here in this neighborhood and bring it up, because this neighborhood needs activities. We need to keep our kids busy so they're not out in the street joining gangs, you know? Like, I put a lot of thought into that, you know? I lost my brother, you know? Both my brothers were in gangs. And my little brother just was in the system. He was institutionalized. And my thing was to get back to this neighborhood. Because this is all I know. This is where I was born. Like, I was born literally on my mom's street, the street that she lives on. Like, I've been there since I was born. I don't know any other neighborhood. And everybody just turned their back on me. And that hurts. And I know they didn't mean to. I know they didn't mean to, because they didn't know, because they were being told otherwise. And that's why I pleaded with people, like, just tell me, you know. And only one person told me. And I'm happy with that. But it just, like, spread like fucking wildfire, you know? And it hurts more than anything. Because this is the neighborhood that I want to get back to, because I'm from here. This is all I know, you know? And I don't want it to go. It's going down to shit. It is. It's going down to shit. And I wanted to turn that around in honor of my brother, you know? And all these people just turned on me. And for what? Just because I was talking positive? All you motherfuckers talk about change and talk about this and talk about that, but none of y'all fucking do it. None of y'all fucking do it. It's all nothing but talk. It's all it is talk and no action. I'm not all talk. I'll fucking do it, with or without y'all.